The cups and balls is one of the oldest tricks in recorded history. It's over 5,000 years old, and it dates back to the Egyptians. Matter of fact, it was the great Harry Houdini who said that a man cannot consider himself a magician unless he performs the cups and balls. Now this trick is performed in a variety of different ways. For example, Penn and Teller will use red Solo cups and balls made of aluminum foil. It can also be done with coffee mugs and grapes. The cups I'm using here are aged copper cups. Listen to this. I love that sound they make. Another thing is these cups might look the same. They might look like they can nest right inside of each other, which they can. But I want you to pay close attention to the spiral. If they're not tightened up, watch what happens. The cups will literally just start passing right through each other. So go ahead and tighten them up. That one was really loose. And now they nest nicely inside of each other. Another thing is these cups are very deceitful because they look solid from the inside and from the outside, but realistically, there's a hole in them. But I did say this is the cups and balls, so all we're missing now are some balls. I have here 3 red crochet balls. 1, 2, and 3. And then my magic wand. That's what makes everything work. Here's what we'll do to start. We'll go ahead and take first ball, ball number 1, place that on the hand, and we'll make it vanish. We're going to do the same thing with the middle ball, ball number 2, place that in the hand, make that vanish. And then last but not least, ball number 3, and we'll make that vanish. Where do you think the balls went? Absolutely, underneath the cups. I'm going to put the balls back underneath the cups. And here's what I'll do. I'll take the middle ball, ball number 2. Take it invisibly. You can't see it, but it's there. And I'll go ahead and put it in, let's say, cup number 1. Now, if I did that correctly, cup number 2 should be empty, and cup number 1 should have 2 balls. Now, I know what you're thinking. You guys at home, what you're thinking. You're thinking, what about cup number 3? Well, guess what? The balls are ambidextrous. I can do the same thing. Take it invisibly. You can't see it, but it's there. And go ahead and put it in cup number 3. If I did that correctly, cup number 2 again should be empty, and then cup number 3 should have 2 balls. Now I'll go ahead and show you how the ball can penetrate through a cup. And the ball penetrates through a solid cup. Now I'll go ahead and show you how the balls can penetrate through 2 solid cups. Here we go ahead. We'll go ahead and start ball number 1. Ball number 2. And just to show you, in fact, that there is 2 balls on there and not 3, we'll go ahead, ball number 3. And look at that. All 3 balls pass through 2 solid cups. Now, boys and girls, if this is confusing at all, I can totally understand. The first time I ever saw this trick when I was young, I was super confused. If you think about it, there's 3 cups, there's 3 balls. I got a magic wand that I'm talking about at the same time. It can get a little confusing. So to eliminate the confusion, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and eliminate this first ball right here. We don't actually need this one. I can place that in my pocket. We can go ahead and do the same thing with this ball right here. We can go ahead and put this one in my pocket as well, which means all you have to do is just pay attention to the middle ball. Now, if you were paying attention at home, you notice that this ball here actually came back. Guys, I've been kind of deceitful here. When I say I'm going to take the ball and put it in my pocket, I really don't do that. I just pretend to. It's called misdirection. That's what us magicians do. I pretend to take the ball in my hand like this, but it's really here in my thumb. I pretend to put it in my pocket. And then as I lift up the cup, I simultaneously drop the ball behind it, and it gives the illusion that the ball reappeared under there. So again, I pretend to take the ball, but it's really right here. I pretend to put it in my back pocket, and then I go ahead and lift up the cup, and then it just gives the illusion that the ball reappeared under there. Now, if I really take the ball and put it in my back pocket, for you guys watching at home, how many balls should be under the middle cup? Most people say 1 or 2, but it's really 3 balls under the middle cup. 1, 2, and 3. But you know what? I'm going to be as fair as I possibly can here. I'm going to take all 3 balls. Ball number 1, ball number 2, and ball number 3. All 3 balls are going to go in my pocket. Now, for you guys watching at home, what cup do you think they'd appear or reappear under? Most people always say the middle cup. And I always tell people the same, I'll say the same thing to you that I tell anyone else. They're not under the middle cup, they can't fit. And people say, why? I say because the middle cup is occupied by a line. And they say, what about cup number 3? I said, nope, because cup number 3 is occupied by an orange. And then last but not least, cup number 1 is occupied by a lemon. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the cups and balls.